I cannot believe it's truly your intention to abandon us over this trifle. I don't know what to say. I've told you already. This vision, it dominates me. Something horrible deep within the sea is coming. Not the spirits, nor our army, or anything else can stop it. Nothing can stop it except for me. It's just a dream. You're just stressed. No, it's too much of a coincidence. I was born under the shield of the great Leviathan, and now these dreams. It must be that I have set aside some legacy, some duty of my family that I was unaware of because of the generations between me and when it was set out. It must be. The dream is plaguing me every night, and the only nights that I rest well are the ones where I imagine going to sea and finding an answer to the beast that lurks in the deep. You're losing nothing. You will have the chieftain's seat when I'm gone. Our children will stay with you, and I will just disappear. You'll likely not even miss me. There are times when it utterly shocks me how little you understand me. But if you must go, I cannot justly stop you. Hello and welcome, connoisseurs of Crusader Kings 3, friends of the channel, and newcomers who are always welcome. We are here playing After the End because it finally updated last week, and I've been preparing because I have wanted for a long time to restart my game that got update smashed, and I and I quit it. But I thought, what could we do to make this game special? Not like the last one, but the same. Down here in Cornerbrook, there is an excellent family called Laverty who is disappearing off the earth because she was matrilineally married to this man. She had a standard marriage to this man, so all of her family members came out of the family. In the original game, the idea was that she had decided that she was going to follow the religion, one of the little religions down here, the Fathomless, and that she was going to give up her marriage and try to preserve her family with their beautiful, beautiful sword slaying the Leviathan crest. In that game, we played a standard game because the adventurers didn't exist, but this time, we've changed things slightly. This series is going to be like my POD series, so there's going to be intros, but no conversational scenes because I don't have the extra time to invest in conversational scenes for more than one series. So most of the RP will be discussed. We're going to try to keep it slow. The reason why I delayed to release this is because I had to do a setup for it. You see, in the normal circumstances, I don't know why, but they chose when they put in Landless that if you choose Landless Adventurer, your family goes with you and the title goes to someone random, which seems really silly. It feels like if you choose to be a landed adventurer, it should go to your heir, right? Like, that makes sense. Your heir doesn't have to come with you. Your heir is usually not your spouse. Your heir is usually one of your children, so your heir could easily take over the place, and if that meant that you died and went back, then you would just become a landless adventurer again, right? Like, I don't know why it does it that way. So in order to have a more immersive start, I did a save edit where I switched her husband to be the chieftain of Cornerbrook, and then I used a mod, because her culture doesn't have the ability to decide to become an adventurer, to have her become an adventurer, and that has created the outcome we wanted to, which is she is an adventurer who is just leaving today with no followers. Her family is, of course, staying with her husband, well, her ex-husband here in Cornerbrook, and she is going to explore her visions. See, she has had visions of a great dark thing coming from the sea, and although she has not yet experienced what that means to her, she's going to go and explore the world in order to figure out what those visions mean. She is alone, because in order to do this, she has had to abandon her husband and her titles, and she isn't young. She needs someone to pass her legacy on to, her family, so that Laverty can be preserved. I don't know why this is showing us as part of their oh, I guess it's because our children. Yeah, I've never seen that before, but that's okay. So we're gonna go out, and we're gonna make this do. Now, since the last update I played in this one, they changed her cultural heritage, which I think is cool. I actually like that. Makes a lot of sense to me. So we're gonna go down and we're going to explore where our vision has sent us to go, which is here, because if we look at the Fathomless, we'll look at the religion for a bit because we do not currently have it. We look at their holy sites. They have a holy site in Cap au Melu, and so we need to go and we need to visit this holy site so we can get some idea of what our vision means. Eventually, I think we will go from here and explore the other holy sites of the faith until we've gone to all of them, at which point, well, we'll see where our vision quest takes us. For now, though, we're not converting. We will maybe convert after we visit the first holy site, or maybe we'll wait till later. As for our lifestyle, I was thinking of doing was thinking of doing Wayfarer, I think, because she's not really... Well, we could do Voyager. Voyager makes a lot of sense since we are going on a quest to see landmarks. The problem is none of the holy sites are built. They don't exist, which means it's more like a vision quest to see where we would build holy sites in the future than it is a actual like visiting a monument, because I'm pretty sure those monuments don't exist. I'm pretty sure there are no that's economy. Which one is this? Is it? I thought it was under economy. Maybe it doesn't work in this mod. Oh, that's because this is development, and I didn't even ever click economy. We have none of these places are actually holy sites that are built, right? And I don't even think they can build holy sites, because I think that's different. Maybe they can. Yeah, it looks like maybe they can. So we won't be doing that kind of journeying. We'll be doing, basically we're going to go to the places and then we're going to use the hike activity to represent us exploring them and trying to discover our faith there. So that's why we're doing Wayfarer. But in order for us to get started, we need to get some people because we have no people. Now, we haven't, I mean, we've divorced our husband, but he doesn't officially know that we're leaving permanently yet. I mean, he figures we're probably staying in Cornerbrook someplace and just don't want to be married to him anymore. I think we're going to start by visiting the holding. So we can go to the tavern. We have this blind man. He's 30 years old. Interesting. Well, I mean, he can join us. Not sure that he's going to be our spouse, but he could definitely join us. Let's see if we can hear a story. The story is a martial story. Let's see what happens. Ooh, we gained some martial lifestyle experience. That's nice. And we'll see if there's anybody we could recruit who isn't super expensive. They're not that expensive at the beginning, to be fair. And this is the very, very beginning. Now, we want to eventually convert people. And in order to convert people, we need specific buildings. Let's see if we can explore our camp a little bit and see what we need. I think, where does the... trying to figure out which building has the shrine. Because I've never done a character who was going to do religious stuff before. Exploring kennels, ransom experts, private tents, portable shrine right there. So we're going to build a baggage train first. It's probably actually more important to us than getting... no, maybe getting recruits is equally important. He's part of the Scottish Rite. Interesting. Okay. It's a Freemason society. Cool. I think for now, though, we're going to say with other Fog Song people, the people who have a great connection to the sea, any of these people reasonably priced. Cecil, was it? Oh, right. This is our very first day and our very first camp in the very first year. So there's always one person we can take for free. It is this witch. It's Fog Song. It's 40 years old. He is trusting and compassionate. So let us have him join us. We now have some followers, which is good. We'll probably also get start followers when we finally unpause. I don't know. We were not an adventurer on day one because we had to use a mod to make us an adventurer. So that's a thing. Do we want to do work? Well, the thing is, we don't want to build our shrine until we change our faith, right? So let's look at contracts available. We can escort an emissary. Chieftain Jory wants us to escort someone. It's not saying where, though. It should, though. It's him. We're taking him to someplace. Okay, start that. A delegation from Chieftain Jory of Grand Falls saunters through the flaps of my great tent. Greetings, adventurer, speaks an envoy. Many are the roads of this world and treacherous. If you work for Grand Falls, my liege would pay you well for your expertise. I, Jack, am the most loyal servant of the chieftain. It is his words I carry to Gander, the hall of Chieftain Tory. Guide me, protect me, and trust my missive does not fail. Prey to prying eyes. Jack shall travel safely and swiftly. Now, we are going to Gander, which is north. I think we'll not move our camp yet because we're still somewhat attached to our home, so we're not going to just like rush out into the wild. We have nobody who's a good caravan master. All right, that's too bad. This is going to be a dangerous journey. I wonder if we go by sea, it'll be better? Or there is danger at sea, but we could then hire experienced captains, right? And then we could just take the whole trip by sea, and then we can come out and around. Take advantage of our seafaring ways, you know? I think that's good. Spend our 10 gold to hire some experienced captains and go on our very first mission. The reason I'm not going there directly is because we need some funds. We definitely need some funds, and we need to be prepared to build our shrine. Your desperate tribes log? Yeah, because we're no longer, because we're an adventurer now. If we look at these, we're not criminals. We're not really swords for hire. It feels like scholars, but we're not particular. I mean, we're not a bad scholar ourselves, to be fair. He's learned. Or explorers. Part of me wants to say that we're swords for hire, though, because our intent is defense of the coast against the taint of the sea. We could see our enemies in war as sea tainted. She is an excellent commander. I think we're gonna do swords for hire. I wonder if that. I'm only wondering if any of these would lock out our shrine. I don't think they would, though. That doesn't make any. The shrine should be available to everybody. So we will change our purpose. We're now officially mercenaries. After we do some jobs in the local area, we can get our first troops too, which is another reason to stay around for a bit. Just a bit, though. Eventually, our husband is going to get mad at the fact that we're still here after we abandoned him and our children. I am brought before Chieftain Tory himself. You have come at my brother Chieftain Jory's behest. No, on what business? Jack steps forward. Worthy Chieftain Tory, I speak for Chieftain Gory of Grand Falls, but the message I bear is fit for your ears alone. Okay. Well, I mean, we didn't come here to listen on their stuff. We came here to get paid. We'll get back in the boat, head back to Corner Brook. We will send a message to Chieftain Gory that we need him to supply us with troops. He's given us a regiment of light footmen. I legitimately don't know that we'll keep those, but we'll see. Okay. All right. This is Chieftain Faulkney, and Chieftain Faulkney wants us to also escort somebody, and so we will. He wants us to take James to Chieftain Jory. Okay. Makes sense. We'll do it. This is a very similar circumstance, but we will, just like last time, we'll favor going to sea whenever it makes any sense to. We're still going to have to go through this forest. I mean, we are being paid enough that we can afford to take a forest guide, but I think I would rather scout for talent. A little bit of danger won't be a problem. We're used to forest life, right? We know what the forests are about. Okay. Our dream of the monster from the sea has really only informed us that we eventually have to end up coming here. But there's something here for us. But we are pragmatic enough to know that we must prepare first, right? I sit in my pavilion, letting the sounds and smells of the camp wash over me. It's different from a life within the safe walls of a palace, so very different. The freedom is so easy to enjoy. No obligations, no counselors yapping, no dignitaries to entertain, none of the downsides of the trappings of power. Yet these freedoms are dearly purchased. The constant scraping for survival wears thin. Increasingly, every night I yearn for a proper bed. I must claim lands in the future? No, we just got started. It's normal to have regrets when you first set off on a great journey, you know? I quite enjoy this life as the actual correct answer, so that's the one we're gonna take. Can't wait too long to get married. This is Stand With Us, mercenary contract. We don't really have enough troops for that yet. I am brought before Chieftain Jory himself again. All right, we'll head back to our camp. Well paid and satisfied. We will request men-at-arms again. They gave us light horsemen. The light horsemen we're likely to keep. The reason we wouldn't keep the light footmen is because we should probably, if we're gonna have a light footman unit, have the Jolly Rogers. The Jolly Rovers, not Jolly Rogers. They're not pirates. I mean, they are pirates, but it's a different kind of pirates, right? We should possibly consider upgrading our pavilion while we have the money, but maybe we should put that off. And begin, it was the baggage train, right? That is the shrine. We'll begin by constructing a baggage train. Now that we have some money, we might be able to hire some people in Corner Brook before we go. At least one other person would be nice. Yeah, so having to do this with her, with the mod and having her forced to be an adventurer has prevented us from getting the 3 free people you start with, but that's fine. We don't need them. We'll get them the old-fashioned way, by doing work and gathering people to our cause, right? Okay, so let's go back into town. Ought to be interesting. We'll visit the local tavern. Let's see who's up for recruitment. Yes, we have this strong guy. He is a good warrior. 46. We have this older woman. She's a wise woman. She might not be willing to follow our road. We have this lowborn lady. She's not too bright. She's made up for it though. Oh no, she's delicate. Sorry, she's a little soft for the road, to be fair. No, I think we've been impressed by Job. Job seems like exactly the kind of guy we need with us. Job looks like a fine looking specimen. Yeah, get in here and be a knight. We definitely need one. We will listen to the story again. Exotic learning for a bit. Thinking of something else. So we could try to get him to give us the stuff for free, but he won't because we're not smart enough. Oh, clumsy me. We could try to steal it. That's not us either. We could just pay for it. I mean, we have the money. We'll pay for it. Let's head back. I am done here. We have this intrigue, criminal circumstance, and then we have this Stand With Us. No, you know what? I think we've overstayed our welcome here. This is not where we live anymore. We need to be on the road, right? So let's begin by traveling. Oh, okay. We now have a good caravan master, which means we may not need the experienced captains to go by sea anymore because we have the experience we need ourselves. Good. This is Duggold. Right, he's not the blind guy. He's the other guy. We don't need to customize our route. It's super close. And we'll start moving our camp. Once we get here, we will try to see if we can spawn any jobs in the nearby islands. Hopefully we can. So let's, nope, that's not right. So let's go to the town, the castle. Let's go to someplace else. And we do Justicar contacts or diplomatic. I think we'll do Justicar contracts. Not gonna buy supplies, we're full up. We should probably visit the tavern. Oh, look at this. There is a handsome Ursuline Acadian man. And by handsome, I mean, you know, they're telling us that he looks intriguing. He's 33 years old. He is brave, arrogant, and paranoid. Oh, that's interesting. I mean, we're brave too. We do have that in common. Hi, who is that? We'll buy him some spiced wine. He can join the group. We do need some women though. See if there's anybody worth recruiting. Another Acadian. They don't have the money to spend though. On second thought, no, I think we're done here. We will always listen to the story though. There's no reason not to. Oh, we did recently. I don't want to pay, but we'll take the tiny stress down, I guess, since we clicked on it. Yeah, we found no stories that really inspire us here. What is this? Job. Passage of arms. Accept. Countess Jacquet cracks her knuckles as she makes her way through the camp. Wonderful morning we have here, she starts. A perfect chance to show those ruffians the value of a true screecher. You see, there's a bridge that goes right into Ile de la Madeleine. All manners of miscreants, fools, and idiots hang out there. Someone should take care of that. I shall break 300 lances. It will take a couple of days. To the bridge. This is normal. This is fast, which we do not want to do. And this is, make sure we succeed. I think we can handle normal. I think we'll do it on normal, it's fine. So our first muscle is going to be job. Job is definitely muscle. Get in there, bud. Our second muscle is going to be rail. Rail is the new Acadian guy. Plenty in common. So job and page seem to be becoming friends, all right. Encourage their friendship, that's fine. Oh, okay, fine. I guess I'm just not good at that. Rail, get in there. Duggold can be our thug. Page can be our lookout. And Cecil will be the footpad. All right, 80% cap. Should be fine. 36 days, so probably like 60 days if we, once we reset. Gives us the opportunity we were looking for to look around the city, try to figure out why it is that, that our dream sent us here. What is here? What does this relate to the big great beast of the sea? What are we going to find? I don't know. Follower's heart. Mistress Grace, my leader, I have met the most enchanting woman here in Ile de la Madeleine. My screecher rail stumbles as he addresses me. Her family will not let us marry without me paying a sizable dowry. That's a lot. It is a lot. How much will we make off the current job? I do want all of my people properly married. Now let's do it. I'm pretty sure we'll make it back. If not in this job, in the next one. It does sort of guarantee we have to stay here for a while though. We can't just be on our way if we have no money in the bank. What are we gonna do if we run out of provisions? Starve. There's all sorts of places all the way down here in Tiramara. This is a stand with us, and these are hunt criminals. We don't do ambush travelers. That's not us. Another stand with us. Okay, ooh, he's losing. Bound together as the camp's duchess. When two of my more notable followers wish to wed, it is my right to have the last word. They will live with it in my protection, travel on my animals, and break my bread after all. Today's hopeful couple is Job and Page. I thought they were gonna permit the union. Kind of what I was hoping for, so. Seems to be a lot of criminal activity going on, and we are not a criminal. So we only have a very short time to find ourselves a spouse. We may have to find somebody, might have to not take the first best choice. I mean, Mequapat is, he's handsome. He's a Mi'kmaq. Unfamiliar rations. The culture of Ile de la Madeleine is unfamiliar to me, and some of their customs equally alien. This is proven especially true when Paige, acting as our cook for the evening, beckons me over to look at a stewing pot. It is a local recipe, she begins, supposedly authentically Acadian. I was assured by a passing merchant. I look at the substance with suspicion. Is that stewed ermine with Jerusalem artichoke? Blended in with stuff that we're used to, and everybody will eat it. Yeah, that's fine. Hire as mercenaries. So you are in a war, right? What's the war look like? You're winning. I don't know how you're winning. Oh, I guess you're way ahead. I will accept. Let's raise our little troop up. Let's see if there's any way that we can participate. Maybe we can do a little siege up here in Summerside. That'd be something that we can get done that will help out. Get some, earn some coin, you know? Oh, can't fight that army. Okay, let's, I guess, land with him instead, since we can't realistically fight on our own. I mean, if they give us some space, we might be able to help out. Fight a smaller army. Equally so, a weaker army. I'm gonna do what I originally planned to do at this point, because they seem to have all left. Ins and outs. As we trudge down the road, a building hooves into view. The battered sign outside reads, "The Green Queen Inn." No luck here tonight. We've barely got room for our current lodgers. Okay, we're not becoming a criminal. We're not murdering the dude. Sure, we can make some arrangements? Whatever. If you won't let us stay at the inn, we won't stay at the inn. We're used to a rough road, right? No, not really. We only started on this yesterday. This is a new life for us, actually. I might actually be able to defend against 300. I don't know if I can defend against 600, but I bet I can defend against 300. We'll see what happens. Oh, he has went to sea. He has not come to visit us, and we are not strong enough to siege this. Victory! Okay. Well, let's disband our troops, which at this point means returning to the camp. That's okay. It's cheap for us to do it. You fought well in my wars. You learned every corn we agreed on. Thank you. I'm glad to have helped stand by you when you were in a siege, and not successfully siege down Somerton. A faithful visitor. So this is a fog song nun. Let's see if she wants to stay. Ah, she agrees to stay a while. Good. Could always use more people. Maybe someday. Maybe someday she'll see a vision as well. We're at 90% here. I'm just gonna let it hit the last one since we've been since it's so close and we've been at this for a while. Ah, there we do it. So we have defended the bridge. Excellent. Our first military endeavors have been completed. Starting to feel like a real mercenary now. Let's see. We could do this job, hunt criminals. I think that would be good for us. Oh, my daughter is ill. Bring me her head. A smaller group travels faster. Yeah, that's what we're... Fish in the sea will eat well tonight. You know, not today. We don't need to fish. We have fish all the time. For now, let's just focus on the job. Bring me her head. Have at thee. This is what we want to do. She's a criminal. She's not as good at fighting as us. Let's do it. Fight to the death. Very first episode. I am the fastest blade in the Sante Mawaimi. In battle, I am an artist. Every strike is a brushstroke. Every fallen foe or gout of blood a splash of paint. As I brandish my hammer, switching seamlessly between flourish and strike, I paint a picture of agony across my foe. Well aware that she is utterly outmatched, Wilma hurls herself at me bodily, forcing me backwards with the desperation of the doomed. My form is good. Only small errors, well, Wilma's stance is passable. The best you've got? You can't even hit me. Strike, parry, riposte. Better women than you have died trying to break my guard. We'll do the strike, parry, riposte. I leap into action, launching a fury of rapid thumps, driving myself against Wilma's guard, wearing her down with each expertly timed strike. Unexpectedly, Wilma manages to swing a vicious kick at my shin, momentarily hobbling me. My form is excellent with little chance for mistake, and Wilma's stance is passable. My opponent's guard is fierce. I feel far from victory. I'll show you how I raise a hammer. Single combat, my hammer flows around Wilma like water, each strike chaining fluidly into the next, a series of perfectly timed attacks. Spotting an opportunity, Wilma lunges forward and headbutts me hard in the face. I reel backwards wrong-footed, that's why I should be wearing my mask. My form is excellent, with little chance for mistake. Wilma's is a disaster. My opponent's guard is fierce. A blow from my hammer, a kick to the gut. We will try to tire her out a bit, and we have tired her out to her death. Single victory combat. Taking my time, staying calm, mixing relentless parrying with infuriating dodges, I inexorably erode my opponent's energy. It's quite a while before a suitable gap opens in Wilma's guard, but then it does, and it's all I need. With a single crushing thwack of my hammer, I tear through her belly into her stomach. Gore, bile, and my opponent's last meal flood out, showering my lower half. She lets out an ear-splitting scream. It is perhaps a kindness when I end Wilma's suffering early. Goodbye, Wilma. You shouldn't have taken up a life of crime. I toss Wilma's severed head to Captain Paul's agent, the red-purple meat landing wetly beside them. You killed her in single combat. My, how fierce, he remarks, gingerly handing over our pay at the same time. Words are of little consequence, but the delicious weight of the fat purse and its cargo of silver help make our little hunt thoroughly worthwhile. For sure. Okay, So our debts are all gone, our man is married, and we have gained our first wandering perk, which we will of course take in well prepared. It is good. If we wanted to convert, what will we have to do? That's culture. Other faiths. Actually, the easiest way to do this is to go to someone who we know has it, this guy, and look at it from here. Which will it cost us? Oh, that's a lot. That is a lot. So in order to deal with this, we are going to have to really try to get a lot of piety, which is fine. You know, it's not impossible. Does mean we might want to change our educational choice sooner rather than later. Don't know how, because we need a way to generate piety, and that might mean we need to be a wandering missionary, right? Well, I mean, which one is it that lets us change faith more easily? Conversion costs 75% down. So I guess we might need to do some more learning, which means we might need to travel to learn, which is an interesting idea, you know? I wonder if there are any learning related places near us. I know there's universities down here. That might be an interesting idea. Travel to learn. I mean, we have seen the first location of the vision, and right now the vision isn't really telling us where to go, so maybe we move our camp. Let's see. No, that's criminal. We're not doing that. Let's see what we get. Well, first we're going to do the baggage train upgrade. We're not going to build a shrine because we're not yet religious, right? I mean, maybe we do. We are on a religious journey after all, so and the extra piety per month will help a lot. We could also go on a pilgrimage. We could ask the Fae whether or not this journey is truly required of us. It may be that our Fogsong faith also aligns with us becoming a follower of the deep and protecting the coast. Maybe. Now that we have ostensibly started to understand that this is a religious journey, it might well be that it should begin with a pilgrimage to acknowledge our current faith, right? We can't quite afford a pilgrimage right now, but we could definitely go on a pilgrimage, maybe to St. John's. It's actually much cheaper when you actually do it, which is something I knew. No pomp. This is just me. No fidelity changes because it's new. Zealotry. No. Reflection. Because we're not trying to zealously follow our religion. We're reflecting on our vision of the creature from the sea. Is it proper for us to stay within our faith? Does the Fogsong religion, does it possess the answers we need? It might, but we can only find out by exploring our vision and going to all the different places that leads us to. Travails of a cook. I don't think we're being unreasonable. Oh, guys. Snarks the cook, who presumably drew the short straw on coming to speak with me, waving an arm dismissively at the surrounding terrain all the while. There's plenty of farms here, even if they're not great ones. It cannot be hard for us to pause briefly and stock up on some of the little luxuries that make our food bearable. I mean, we have so much. I sigh, weary of the conversation already. I wonder which of us will break first. We can probably find something. Sure, we could probably find something. Go take a look. Great. Reflections, sea legs, walking around the ship on our journey to Sydney. I spot a fellow pilgrim who does not seem to be doing very well. Clearly, her sea legs were never installed. Instilled is the actual word. She whispers softly, squatting by the railing, and holds on to it for dear life, with a face that shifts with pale nuances. Trials and tribulations are par for the course, yes. Our pilgrimage has become more pious because we watched someone get sick. That seems a little weird. But, you know, maybe. I am finally here. I have walked the holy path, so we are now a pilgrim. It's now officially a religious journey. Nope, look at this. My son has been taken prisoner, and my daughter has recovered from her illness. Okay. I wonder if there are going to be any signs for us to find in this pilgrimage. So far, we've done what the vision has told us to, and it's not led us anywhere specific. That's a little bit daunting. Are we going to have to seek further out? I don't know. Hopefully, we can find what we're looking for. What is this? That's not really up to me anymore. We're 37 years old. If we can find an heir to our mission, that would be equally good to having another child. I mean, we have blood children. We need an heir for our mission, not for our blood. As I enter the sacred grounds, I find Paige staring at the altar with an absent expression. Paige, I call to her, my lady, she says, unfazed. I have something to ask of you. You're frickin' married, and you're pregnant. You're not. You're not doing that. Hold a grudge all you want. That is not what you want. You just think you do. You're not divorcing your husband when you just had a child because you have, like, a religious... Oh, wait. That was hypocritical of me, wasn't it? Oh, Sydney, it's been an honor. Yeah, it wasn't that great a pilgrimage. We're not really finding what we need in our own faith. It's not answering the call in our heart. That's for sure. I mean, maybe the vision means nothing. We could just continue up the coast, you know, trying to figure out what it is that we feel about this. Before we go, we will check the tavern one more time, listen to a good story. We have this 32-year-old Acadian, 40-year-old Acadian, 39-year-old, and she fits our needs the best. Oh, she really doesn't. I mean, she fits our needs the best, truth be told. Not good enough for that much money. On second thought, no. Let's head back. Before we leave, though, we should make use of our favors that we can get. No men-at-arms unit. Oh, we already reached our limit. Yeah, that's why we need to disband these. This is why he won't accept. Not too bad. Oh, she will accept, though. Armored footman, and maybe that's a good start. We can always build the Jolly Rovers ourselves later, right? Fine. Rounding a cluster of tents as I leave my pavilion, I come across a gaggle of followers having dinner around a small hearth. Curiously, both Rail and Job are among them, neither of whom particularly enjoys one another's company. Before I have time to ponder such a strange quirk of seating, Job mutters something inaudible, only for the whisper to send Rail into a blind rage. With a flash, a weapon is drawn and blood is about to be spilt. Intervene, have them settle it with a duel. Yeah, let's make this thing formal. You guys want to fight? Fight. Oh, he accidentally killed Rail. Huh. Leaving his wife, now unmarried, in our camp. Okay, that's a little too bad. The episode ends on an unexpected death. With that, I think we're going to bring this very first part to a close. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you join us in the next one. Hopefully soon we find some sign of what our next move should be. Possibly we travel up the coast. Maybe we ask for advice among the learned in Ivyland, where their great university is. All these are very, very possible things. And I hope you join us next time, where we will discover exactly what the meaning of our vision is. Before we go, though, we have the starving soldiers. She's all right as a soldier, sure. She can join us as a screecher. Hopefully she becomes nourished properly soon. That gives us 6 of the 10 we can have. Let's forbid below 7. All right, goodbye for now.